Alright guys, it's Lexi again, showing you a little bit more on a character that is leveled up, so some stuff is available now. And I can kind of show you how to set your skill points and everything. Some things that I forgot to mention on the other one is the yellow bar will show your current ranking, the silver bar will show your actual XP. Once that fills up, another gold bar will fill up. You have your beam to ship or exit sector, transwarp, and that'll take you to your fleet starbase, Earth space dock, and if your fleet has it open, the fleet spire. And you have your Hail Starfleet. To access that also, you could just hit J or L for your quest log. That'll bring you all these, which will show your episodes, the Foundry. The Foundry are episodes that are made by other fellow players. They have missions that they have written. You can play those and get awesome bonuses for extra energy credits, dilithium, particle traces, skill points, and expertise. And they give a big bonus for the first one that you do a day. In progress will show all the current missions that you have. If there is one that you want to select to be your primary mission, you select it, hit make primary, and it'll automatically change it to the top, and your arrow will be showing the direction that you need to go for that mission. It will also show some stuff in here if you actually need to find exactly where to go, if you don't want to look for the arrow and you kind of want to fast travel your way there. It'll show you here in green where it's located, so where you need to go next. Alright, this is what it's going to look like whenever you are actually in space. You have your ship. Mine's the USS Janeway. Here's going to show your hull. These are your shields, which you can also access through this little button over here. It's going to show all your abilities. And if you want to reroute your powers to your different shields, you can have the buttons. If you'd rather press buttons or click, you can have these available, or you can actually click these little sections with the arrows to do the same thing. Down here you have your different attack phases kind of thing. If you want to do mainly speed, you would select this. If you want to do mainly defense, it'll power a lot of your stuff to your defense. This will be attack. Same thing here will be fire all beams, fire all torpedoes, or fire all weapons. We'll fire everything that is available and is not in cooldown. You can shoot all of those at once. Some people's are hotkeyed to fire all weapons with the space button. Space button whenever you are in a fight. These also have the key that they are hotkeyed to in the corner, or you can click them. That would be Alt 8, Alt 7, and so on. Those are Control 1, Control 2, and these are just your normal buttons 1, 2, 3. If you can use them, it will light up. If it's grayed out, obviously you can't. You can also put your devices on here as well, if you'd rather have them hotkeyed here, as opposed to going into your ship status, which would be you. Instead of going here to actually use them, you can have them here on your bar, so you can access them a whole lot faster. Let's see. Here we'll show, like, I have the bridge officers on this character. If you click each bridge officer, it'll show their individual armor, shields, weapons, devices that you can actually give them individually. If you want to give them some armor and stuff to help you while you're on your away missions. I've kind of forgotten I've given them some basic stuff that I've gotten, but I have not kept up with their stuff, so they don't really have awesome stuff, but they've got some. Skills will be where you can upgrade their individual things. If you have stuff available, it will show up like this with the bright white letters. These are grayed out because I do not have enough expertise available to level any of these up right now. But you would go in here and you would click to where you want to go. If you click up here, it'll fill up as much as you can. Hit accept and it will select that skill and have it done permanent. You cannot reset it after you've done it. If you hit Lex or USS Janeway, either one will be your own personal skills and your ship skills. As you can see, what I found out is that you don't have to have everything in a row in order to unlock the next thing, next skill. As long as you have this ranking and you have filled up the minimum, which is on the right, then the as long as this number is filled and met, and you have the, say for example, Admiral rank, then I will be able to start putting stuff in here without having to fill up everything in this row. So for example, here I have the Starship hull repair maxed out, but I don't have these two, and then I do have the Starship shield performance. It allows a lot of customization to how you want to train your stuff. Eventually you will be getting enough to where you can max out as you choose, but it helps to kind of give you a little edge if you're wanting to go mainly defense, mainly tactical if you want a lot of power to your weapons. And then here will be your own personal ground skills. Being a science officer, they will show the different ones that you have available. And they go exactly the same way. They go off of your skill points as well. So whatever you fill in here will also take from your points available to place in your ground skills. And like I had said earlier, your bridge officer's skills will go off of expertise. Your stations here, so you can see one that's filled up. This will be everything because they are leveled all the way up to commanders. Yeah, they're all the way leveled up to commanders. So on ground missions, they can use all 4. In my ship, the only one that can use 4 is my science, because I have a science vessel. So it gives a little bonus to any science bridge officers that you've got, which, for example, I have 2 science stations in this ship, as opposed to only 1 of all 3. So I can have different of my science and more of my science abilities to use rather than my engineering or tactical. And these that are grayed out are ones that my characters have learned but cannot access because they are only lieutenants, as opposed to the commander and lieutenant science station. That doesn't mean that the character itself is only lieutenant, that means the station is that requirement, and that's the maximum requirement. It can't go any higher than that. If you have any bridge officer candidates, they will be right here to the right. The only way, now this was a little difficult for me to understand, but I finally found out. For the longest time, I thought that if this was empty, say for example if I put none, if this slot was empty, I thought that I could put a bridge officer in this slot. But I found out the only way to put one here is if you have an empty bridge officer slot to the left. If one of these says no officer, then it'll give you the option to join team and it'll bring them on and make them a bridge officer. If you have all of them filled up, then all of these are going to only say that there is no room and they can train up an existing bridge officer that you have, or you can just hit not now and save them until you level up and you get more slots. In beginning with a new character, you'll only have 4. But as you've leveled up, I think once I hit Commander? No, I think once I hit Captain, I was given another Bridge Officer slot. So I have 2 Science, 2 Engineers, and 1 Tactical. Up here, whenever you have points available to go into anything that can be upgraded besides the higher points, it will show up here and flash spend skill points. That means that it'll let you know that you have enough available to level something up. Unfortunately, whenever I go in, I only have 1,300, so it's only going to highlight the things that I can afford. So for example, I could level up this, probably only 1 box, and here, but nothing else will be available for me to upgrade because I don't have enough. To do those, simply do missions and you get your skill points. To move around when you're out in space is going to be your same general WAD movements. To change your impulse could be either by clicking in this bar will change your speed. If you go all the way, it'll take you up to your warp speed right up here. And then if you're in a location where you can actually do full impulse, this button will also not be grayed out, and you could click it when it's flashing, then you're on your full impulse. And but when you're out here in sector space, you cannot go full impulse. This is as fast as you'll be able to go. The other quick way of changing your speed will be Q. Hitting Q will lower it, and you don't hold it down, you have to keep pressing it. It'll lower your speed, and then hitting E, not holding it down but keep pressing it, will make you go faster. And then if you want to go, say you're at full impulse and you want to stop, just press the little stop sign and it'll automatically take you to a dead stop. That kind of helps whenever you're trying to find some things you don't want to fly past. Sometimes it'll automatically stop you. If a message or hail comes in, it'll automatically stop you, but if you yourself are controlling your speed and direction, you'll have to stop it yourself. Alrighty, last quick thing that I'm going to show you is going to be, I just lost my train of thought of what I was going to show, because I saw this flashing and that reminded me of duty officers. What was I going to do? Oh, okay. Duty officers, when you, so at a lower level, it'll show up that you'll get a duty officer and you can access it. I think it was level 11. I think it was level 11. You can access your duty officer thing over here. This is also a good way to get earn money and dilithium. Your overview will show everything that you have, how many slots you have open to find assignments. Basically what it is you have your duty officers that you can send out to do other side missions for you, and they take a certain amount of time, but if they complete it, then you'll get your energy credits, dilithium, particles, bonuses to your warp core, whatever, it depends on the mission of what you'll get. As you level them up, they also give you your XP on your accommodations. Once you get those to rank 1, you can click on this little icon here. It'll show you what the next rank is, what it requires, and what it'll give you. Like say for example trade, I completed the first one, so I got the Accolade Trader, I got the Trader title, and I got to select a single green quality duty officer. Here are your assignments. This will show everything that's available. If they have nothing in the corner, they are available for you to choose. Simply click on one and hit Plan Assignment. This will show your... What's going on crazy? This will show you can enable your first officer or department head to show their recommendations of who they think. It's kind of like the quick way to filter out what can be put in here and what can't. If they are green, they give you a plus 5% on your quality reward bonus. Regular commons will give you 0%. Blue give you 10% and purple gives you 20%. So for example, this will require a science or any officer, and there's 2 positions. So for example, if you have something that's lit up green here, it's going to say research lab assistant, is something that I can use here for a successful mission. If I have this and a critical success one, which I don't have anything to show, it'll increase my chance to have a critical success. Basically what you want to do is have more of the green than you do the orange, and obviously the red. The red is disaster. If you get a disaster, you could potentially lose people or have them injured and gone into sick bay. I haven't lost anyone. I haven't had anyone go to the sick bay. Justin has lost people who have died.
Oh yeah.
and and he's had plenty of people go to his sick bay. I'm not quite sure why his are doing that and why mine aren't, other than I always try to get at least 75% on my success to give me better odds. I don't know if he's just not doing that or what.
I settle for like 50.
So I always try to get a success if I can. Critical success will be awesome because then it'll give me more dilithium and more energy credits, but I just kind of aim for the success. You would select the one that you want that will go here and assign the selected officer. Your next one will bring up the same stuff. Here, oh, here's one. Sensors officer fills this, and logical will fill this. So if I select her, the critical success will largen up a little bit, and my failure will go smaller. We'll watch. Bam! So I have a little bit better chance, 7% for a critical success. My overall success is at 74%. I am perfectly fine with that because I seriously doubt I will get a failure. Once you have filled up all your required positions, you will hit Start Assignment. That'll send that duty officer off, and you will not be able to access that particular one until they are done, which will be, where is it? Oh, in progress. Will show what assignments you have done, and it will also show you how much longer it's going to be and who you've got. So there's a way to kind of keep odds. Sometimes there's like ones that are a day or 2 days. We just filled up our 5-day project. What project?
We had a project that we were working on for 5 days for our start base, and it just flew.
Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, I thought you meant sweet as in like sweetie towards me. Never mind. Okay. Let's see. Assignments. Okay. Current map will show whatever current sector you're in of ones that are kind of help in that particular area. Some won't show up in certain spots. Personal will show personal ones for your character that will help level up in the departments that your character is. So, for example, mine is a science officer, so it's going to be geared towards more engineering, medical, and development. Tactical will show up here, but not too many. These will also give you bonuses if you get criticals to like Starship Hull Repair skill. I would definitely want that. If it's got any type of red icon in the bottom corner, this will mean that you either don't have the right duty officer or the right provisions or items. If you just hover over it, it'll tell you. So for example, on this one, I don't have the required duty officer. And that one would be, looks like civilians. I don't have any civilians right now in my roster. I do have the required items just not the duty officers to fill this. So I won't be able to do that one. If you want to look and see your full roster, you're going to select duty officers, and this will be your full roster of who all you have and what departments they are in. So if I go all the way down, these are my civilians. And why it's not letting me do civilians, because that other one, I do have them. I'm not sure why it's not letting me. Unless they have to be specific, just civilian, I believe. That might be what it is. There are some that say just civilian. This one is specifically a trader, diplomat, chef, entertainer. So those are going to require it to say civilian in order for me to do those. There are also, this will show all the ones that you have done. And then there are these that also chain. I have not completed one yet, but I think towards the end, looks like it'll tell you if you complete them, you'll get the title, repeated assignment with additional title on critical, and other repeatable assignments. So they'll give you some cool stuff. Some of them give you purple duty officer for completing the whole thing. The closest one I have looks like that 4 of 10. If you hit expand, it'll show all the remaining assignments that you have to do. But like I said, it also depends on where you are, if it's going to show up. So I'm not in the spot where those are going to show up for that particular, this one down here. Generally they'll show like where you're at. I believe this one is going to be located in Regulus sector. This one I know for sure is in the Delta of Atlantis. But yeah, they give you some really cool stuff if you can actually complete one. Request duty officers is going to just show if you had any new ones that were added, they will show up here. And then where you can actually use real money to buy your roster slots to have more than 100. You already have 100 to start off with, but you can add more slots if you need to. Department heads will also show additional assignments if you go to the little assignment buttons here. These will offer more assignments that won't show up on your overview of where your current map is. They will show you additional ones that also are available to that officer. Okay, now the last thing that I was going to show is the map. Accessing the map would be the letter M. And to navigate your way through here, you can click, see, for example, I'm right here. If I want to go, for example, here, to the Rise system, just click on it, and it will automatically ask you if you want to plot a course, and I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to automatically put my ship into autopilot and take me there. There are been occasions where we have clicked a little button, this one right here actually, will plot the course. If you are in the same sector, it will plot the course for you. However, it doesn't always work. The last time I used it, it just kept taking me in a circle until I finally just did it myself. There's also another icon on here that you can click it and it will transwarp you there, but it's also at a cost of energy credits. Some are free, and some are like 2,500 energy credits. So it just depends on where you are and how far you have to go, or where it's at, as far as if it's going to be free or not. Then again, to see your energy credits, going to hit I from my inventory and assets. That's where it's going to show your energy credits, so you can see if you've got enough to go there. The refined dilithium, I have 10 that I can do. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll change it to my 10 that I can actually use for purchases or trading or upgrading your fleet. I'll go into the whole fleet thing on another time because there is quite a bit to do on your individual fleet. Also, if you have a fleet that is a lot lower in their own level and don't have a lot of stuff, you have to actually upgrade the fleet themselves, and you have to donate provisions and dilithium and expertise and officers and all that junk. You have to do that to help upgrade your fleet's starbase. They get your own starbase, your own mining station, mining field, I forget what it calls it, but you actually have to upgrade those together as a team because you're on a fleet. You work together, but they do cost quite a bit of your own stuff that you got to invest into it. If you want to plot a course directly to a different sector, same thing. You're gonna click on it, plot the course, and it will take you to the edge of this sector, and it will pop up with a message asking if you want to warp to the next sector over. This first one is just going to show the sector or area that you are in. For example, right now I am in the, there it is. If I want to warp to the regular sector block, I do not now. Right now currently I'm in the Sierra sector, which would be this little spot right here. If I go to the galaxy map, it's going to show me exactly where I am, what block I am in. The actual full stuff on the area map, all three of these boxes here, are these three in the Alpha Centauri block. This kind of helps to kind of see exactly how far or whereabout you need to go. For example, if you know you have to go to the Delta Volantis cluster, you can look on here and it kind of shows you where it's at without, obviously being my area map is not going to show me the Delta Volantis sector because I'm not next to it or adjacent to it. Galaxy map will show me that it is right next to this Sirius block, so I would have to travel to this block in order to get access to the Delta Volantis cluster, which you would also have to be in the Vulcan sector of the Sirius block. They also show you like little things. If you go here to the Tau Dewa block, you'll get the gateway, which will take you to the Delta Quadrant. Then there's all these that require here. Where's another one? This one, transwarp to here. So it's a good kind of easy way to find your way around on this map and see how far you need to go, or if your mission tells you that you need to go to a certain sector, this also helps you to kind of navigate your way through. There was also another quick travel way, which would be your system list. And for example, in this system I want to go to, okay, let's go back to the Rye system. If I double click on it, it's going to set a course and engage autopilot like it says. And that's another way of taking me exactly where I need to go with plotting a course. So there's three different ways to kind of autopilot and plot courses, and one way to see your overall map of navigation to where you need to go. Alright, well that just about covers it for the basics. Next time I'll probably be showing a little bit more on the fleet, and just let me know what other things you guys are trying to find, and I will show you where to find it or how to access it or what it might do. Just let me know.